Hey guys, it is that pastor again, and I want to thank everyone for choosing this podcast and this episode to go from that iPod or computer to through your earbuds or whatever you're using to listen into your ears. I'm very thankful that you have joined. I don't know if I'm humbled by it. I'm not sure if I understand that whole terminology, but I am certainly thankful and excited about this episode. As you can see, it is a short one. As I reflect on our guest, I think about myself when I was 20 years old, and I shake my head in disbelief when I compare my life to our guest, Anthony, as him and his three other buddies are biking across the country. They left Oregon, and now they are in Iowa, and they are headed to New York. Their goal is to raise money and awareness for victims of human trafficking. If you look at the show notes, you will see two quick links. One, to send them some money and to support their efforts. The second link is just to get a little more of their story, and maybe you can go even look at a picture of them. They're such cute young men. I say that, and it's just a reminder of how old I am because I'm 40. These guys are 20. I used to think 20 was older and mature, but I am twice their age. And so I look at their picture, I'm like, oh, cute little fellas. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. If anything, these guys are kicking ass and taking names in a way that I could not have dreamed of at that age. So I'm proud of them, and I am excited for you to hear what is going on in Iowa, what has happened since they left Oregon, and how they are emotionally and physically geared up for the rest of their trip. Enjoy. So y'all are biking in support of Donald Trump, correct? Is that what this is all about?
Yeah, pretty close.
Pretty close.
So we're biking across the country to raise funds and awareness to fight human trafficking. So I mean, it's in the same ballpark, relatively.
Man, 80 to 110 miles a day.
Yeah, so we've had some pretty long stretches, especially recently. Just a couple of days ago, we did about 4 days of 90 plus miles a day across Nebraska. And so those are so brutal. It kills our body. The worst part about it is that none of us are even cyclists.
Yeah.
We're just four inspired young men, and we're just getting on our bikes and going.
Gosh. Now, are y'all relatively in shape? Like, before this, have y'all been working out, exercising, or anything?
Before this, we didn't have really time to do too much training. Mostly we were focusing on fundraising and raising funds in order to go on the trip. So the most I had ever ridden on a bicycle was about, I'd say, 10 to 15 miles, no more than that.
Golly. Whose idea was it? Like, how did the idea come about?
So about 2 years ago, one of our guys, his name is Tanner Ming, he had the idea to, like, what's the craziest thing we could possibly do, to get out of our comfort zone, kind of like send us off into our next stage of life. And we came to the conclusion that riding a bicycle across the country would be the craziest thing. But then we just had a God-inspired vision that we can do it for something greater than ourselves, and we can do it for something that requires awareness, requires attention. So we decided to do it to raise funds and awareness to fight human trafficking, and that's kind of where the vision was inspired by.
That's pretty cool. That's cool because I remember it's really crazy. It's tough getting used to getting old, but I'm like twice your age now. But I remember when I was 20, I would come up with cool adventurous ideas, and it was just for the sake of adventure. So you guys thought adventure, and then we can make some purpose out of this. That's great, man. Have y'all wanted to? Okay, well, let me ask you this before I proceed. Where are you guys right now? Where'd y'all leave from, and where are you currently?
Yeah, absolutely. So we left from Florence, Oregon. So we dipped our tires in the ocean. Yeah. And then just set off. And then so right now we are in a town called Atlantic, Iowa. So we'll be riding to Adair, Iowa. So we've gone, I believe, a little above 1,800 miles so far.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's insane. Especially not even being on I'll open up my map, like my Apple Maps, and I just look, and it's like I literally have biked that whole entire. It's literally crazy. It's unfathomable because I'm just riding a bike for anywhere from like 10 to 16 hours a day, and then I just it just is insane to me.
Yeah.
The fact that our bodies are even capable of doing this.
It really is, man. Because I'm thinking, my wife is from Iowa, and I'm thinking how much of a, like, we have to really hype ourselves up to drive there from Charleston, South Carolina, and you guys have ridden your bikes. That's crazy. Now, just out of curiosity, when y'all have been going through, have y'all ever been through Midwestern states, or is this like a whole new level of boredom that you guys have never experienced before?
Oh, it is nothing like we've ever experienced. So we're all from California. We're all from LA. So we're used to smog. We're used to cars. Like, the only thing that's familiar to us is the semi trucks that pass us by. Honestly.
Yeah.
None of us have really ever been to the Midwest. Especially me personally, I've never been to the Midwest, anywhere close to it. So. Right now through Iowa, the past couple of days, we've seen literally nothing but corn and soybeans, and it is driving me crazy. It's literally nothing, and it's the definition of boredom, absolutely.
Have you guys at any point, and this is, I'm being serious about this, has either one of you guys had a weak moment where you're just like, man, let's just stop in Iowa, or man, I don't know if I can do this, especially at the very beginning. That's when I could really see it being super challenging, when you've got 100 miles down and you're thinking, we haven't even scraped the surface.
Yeah. So the first week, honestly, was hands down the hardest time of my entire life.
Yeah.
Like I've been through some stuff, especially for as young as I am. I've been through the ringer, and that first week was the hardest week I've ever had, mentally, spiritually, physically. I think the first day we went 66 miles. We went through 2 mountain ranges. We went through a rainstorm. We went just through so many different obstacles. Just the first day, we had mosquito bites literally from head to toe. Like, one of our guys had over 60 mosquito bites on one single arm. It was absolutely insane, and we just looked at each other. We were about 34 miles in. We looked at each other. We were halfway done with our day, and we were just like, what are we doing? Like, how are we going to get to New York?
Yeah.
Like, physically, our bodies cannot handle what we're doing. And so we looked at each other, and then, honestly, I was just like, there are women, there are children in cages right now in Cambodia, in the U.S. They're struggling so much more than we are, but they don't get off the bike at the end of the day. They don't get to go home at the end of the day. They get to wake up every day for the rest of their life with no hope, with no vision for where they're going, for who's fighting for them. And honestly, it inspires us every single day. Every single time we feel one of those challenges, one of those breaking points where we just feel like we hit a wall, where we just want to throw the bike in a garbage can. Right. We want to just quit and go home. I just think about the women and children who can have hope because of Agape, the charity that we're doing this for. They can have hope for the reason why we're doing this, and to know that they can be saved through our sacrifice. So that's our main mission, is we're sacrificing physically because we don't have the funds, we don't have really the ability to bring them out of human trafficking, but we do have the ability to sacrifice our body on the bike, sacrifice our time and what little money we have to make it across the country, and to spread awareness to every single soul that'll hear us, to let every ear that is open to it hear about our mission, our cause, and what we're doing, and the amazing charity that we're doing this for as well.
Yeah. I could see like your train of thought. That makes a lot of sense. Which the flip side of that, it seems like if you guys had set out for only adventure, I bet, if I don't even know you, but I would guess that you guys would have probably said, "Nah, let's don't do this. It was a good experience, but let's turn our bikes around." But once it clicks that there's people that are going through the most torturous life ever, and they cannot get out of it, that makes a lot of sense. Do you think you would have given up if it wasn't for a deeper purpose?
I would have given up within 2 hours of the first day, honestly.
I hear you.
Like in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Have you guys shed any tears? And I'm again not joking. Like, has there been any breaking points where you've been wiped out emotionally and it's kind of come out in tears?
Yeah, I like to hold myself in a more of a, like, I hold myself in a pretty masculine standard. Yeah. Where I don't cry too often, and genuinely, I've almost never cried more in that first week, or more in my entire life in that first week. It was almost an everyday thing where, like, honestly, our butts would be so insanely sore from riding the bike that I would just get off the bike and I would just have a breakdown, and it would be every day one of us would. And it was about 11 days in. We had one of our guys, his name is Garrett Ming, and he was to the point where he couldn't handle it anymore. We were going through the Idaho desert, and it was like a 90-mile stretch of just nothing. The sun was beating down on us. We were completely out of water, and he just broke down. He just literally laid on the middle of the road, and he was literally weeping. And so he said, "Guys, I can't do this anymore." And unfortunately, he had to go home for his own safety, and so we were down one rider, but fortunately, one of our other good friends joined us yesterday, and so
nice.
His name is Justin Rodriguez. He joined us, and so he replaced him as the fourth rider. But yeah, it's been to the point where one of us actually has quit, and they had to go home. But I've literally shed so many tears on this ride.
Yep.
But we're getting to the point now where we're more confident in what we're doing, and our bodies are getting used to it. It was the first 2 weeks were the hardest part. Now we're about a month and a week in, or a month and a couple of days in, so our bodies are getting used to it. We're getting more passionate about getting on the bike and riding, and just every day is getting a little easier step by step.
Yeah, certainly. And you guys are anticipating to be in New York City around what month? Or New York?
So we're shooting. We're shooting for August 1st through the 5th, but it's probably gonna be more like August 10th.
Gotcha.
Around there, just due to weather complications. We've just seen so many different like really dangerous weather conditions already that we've had to take an extra rest day and things like that. So we're shooting for the beginning of August, but most likely we'll hit it New York around August 10th, I'd say.
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking as well is especially on these stretches of highway where there is absolutely nothing for miles, if you guys are riding into a thunderstorm, you have no choice but to keep riding. I mean, there's nothing else you can do. Have y'all been stuck in thunderstorms?
Yeah, so actually our second day in Oregon, we got hit with one of the worst. There was thunder, but thank God it was nowhere near us. But we were in a really bad rainstorm. The second day we rode about 25 miles through. It was headwind, so it was pushing directly in our face. And it was so bad that even the cars in Oregon were skidding out. And
wow.
It was the worst rain I've ever seen. Yeah, it was terrible weather conditions, and no one had visibility. It was absolutely terrible. But there's another day in Idaho that we were basically about to be in a thunderstorm, but luckily we rode past it, and it barely missed us by only 2 or 3 miles.
Yeah.
But it was a gnarly thunderstorm. It was pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right, so a couple more questions. Let you guys go, or let you go. Are your parents concerned, and are you keeping in touch with them regularly?
So the rest of the guys, their parents are all very supportive. They're encouraging, and we keep in touch with them every single day. Me personally, I'm independent. I've been independent since I was 16. My parents aren't really involved in my life.
Gotcha.
Anymore, unfortunately, just due to unforeseen circumstances and problems that came up. So me personally, I have a lot of parental figures from church or different things that are all very supportive. But I know that my Father in heaven is supportive, and that's the main thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And how is money going, and how can people that are listening contribute?
Awesome. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite questions you've got so far. So,
hey, what's that supposed to mean, man? You didn't like the other questions?
No, I'm just kidding. It's been amazing.
You, man.
It's been a huge honor to be able to talk to you. We have a website. It's rideforfreedom.co.
Yeah.
And on there we have all of our information. We have information about our sister charity, Agape. And we have a donate button. It's a big red button. It's really pretty. We're really proud of our website. It's awesome. And they can go and they can click that button. It'll take them to a GoFundMe. And that GoFundMe, all the money is directly sent to Agape. Me and the guys, we're taking a 0% commission. We're not making any money. We're actually losing a lot of money because we're personally funding the ride ourselves.
Right.
So we're not making any money. We're literally 100% nonprofit. Agape is one of the best charities I've ever seen with how they handle money and the money being directly used for their cause. So I think it's over 90% of the money that is sent in is sent directly to Cambodia in order to help the cause. And so they go there, they click the donate button on our website, and that'll take them to GoFundMe. And on there they can donate, write a message, encourage. They can share from there, share our website. We have social media. We have an Instagram, Facebook. We use the Instagram a lot more because we're kind of on the younger side, so we're not too Facebook savvy, but we're very Instagram savvy. We post every single day on where we are, what we're doing, how it's going, and everything. Stories about agape, stories about human trafficking, and we post on every day. It's the same thing. It's just rideforfreedom.co.
Awesome, man. Well, all respect, man. When I was 20, I literally spent my free time going to clubs and trying to make out with girls. And so I'm telling you, man, if you don't mind me going a little fatherly on you, I'm proud of y'all. Please take care of yourselves. And it's an honor to talk to you, someone at your age deciding to actually do something about something that you see as one of the ugly parts of humanity, and you're doing your part in fighting against that. So want to applaud you guys, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been such an honor. Your show is awesome. It's amazing. Congratulations on hitting episode 400 as well. I saw that. That's so awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate the support.
I had no idea you were a Bad Christian listener, so that's pretty cool too.